Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS station, Daily Takkar Rapid Series. This is class 89 and today's lead topic is Basohli Pashmina. So we'll discuss today's 10 MCQs based on different topics along with this topic. But before that, let's discuss today's quotation. Daily we are discussing one quotation which is helping us to prepare for essay and ethics paper for mains examination also. Now today's quotation is by Spencer Johnson saying that integrity is telling myself the truth and honesty is telling the truth to the other people. Simply integrity, we can define integrity as uncorrupt state of mind, undivided uncorrupt state of mind, we can say. Right. So, or in other language or in the let's say words of Mahatma Gandhi, we can say that integrity is basically, we can say that harmony between these three: thoughts, deeds, we can say, or we can say words and actions. Right. So this is integrity, and then when we have this integrity, then there is peace of mind and then happiness in life. This is how he says. But here the statement is saying integrity is telling myself the truth. Why it is like that? Because we know that integrity is something internal. When we say that when we are being honest, that means we are being honest to other people while interacting with the other people. But when we say integrity, that means, let's say, when there is a dissonance between thoughts and actions, let's say, or thoughts and words, हम कुछ सोचते हैं और कुछ बोलते हैं, तो when that dissonance in mind is, let's say, creating some kind of guilt feeling in our mind. So when we have integrity, there will not be difference between these two, or difference between these two or these two. So there will be harmony between these, and basically all these are originating from our thoughts. ठीक है, तो गांधी जी टॉक्स अबाउट प्यूरिफिकेशन ऑफ थॉट्स फॉर दिस रीजन ओनली इनसाइड. So telling myself the truth, integrity means, so if suppose we are lying in particular instance, आपको अंदर से जो आपको कॉन्शियस जो है वो बोलता है कि आप गलत कर रहे हैं, right? That is integrity. And that, let's say, voice of conscience will tell you to do the right thing, right? So this is telling myself the truth, and honesty is telling the truth to the other people. So speaking the truth in any, let's say, situation or talking to the other people, so telling the truth, it is honesty. So we say that honesty is the best policy. So basically we are talking like this. ठीक है, honesty as well as integrity are very important values of civil servants. Okay, and we can say that both are part of Nolan Committee's 7 principles of we can say that public life. ठीक है, तो ये जो इंटीग्रिटी और ऑनेस्टी जो बात करते हैं हम, सो देयर आर डिफरेंसेस एंड वी कैन ऑल्सो ड्रॉ लाइक दिस. ठीक है, ऑनेस्टी, उसमें इंटीग्रिटी. ठीक है, तो इंटीग्रिटी इज अ वाइडर, वी कैन से, एस्पेक्ट, एंड honesty is we can say not that much broader as integrity. Along with that, one should also understand that integrity may require at some times lying to the people, तो फिर वो dishonesty हो गया देखा जाए तो. But integrity is, we can say that, a kind of virtue. It is higher standard of behavior. It is higher standard of behavior as compared to honesty. Fine. So now you have understood this. Let's talk about today's 10 quotations. 10 MCQs. Pardon me. These are the topics that we have decided, and let's solve the MCQs one by one. What should be answer to this one? Yes, Basohli Pashmina recently got GI tag, and that's why it is in news. Right. So Pashmina. Yes, a fine woven, hand woven shawls that we have from Kashmir, right? It is the wool that is derived from Changtangi goat from the Changtangi plateau in Tibet region. ठीक है, वो wool वहां से लेते हैं, and basically highly skilled people are there in Kashmir who are moving this particular shawls, Pashmina shawls. Now Basohli Pashmina is unique within the Pashmina, we can say, and they have some kind of let's say unique embroidery, traditional skill of unique embroidery on those shawls. That's why, yes, this is correct. Changtangi goat is found in high altitudes of Himalaya. This is true. Basohli Pashmina is given GI tag. Yes, this is the recent news, we can say. Fine. Okay, so C is the correct answer. All three are correct statements here, right? Yes. Online students, good evening everyone. So let's try to solve these MCQs one by one. What should be answer to this one? India Japan fund. Okay, this was in news recently. This fund is first such bilateral fund of NIIF, National Infrastructure Fund, that we have. Okay, Investment and Infrastructure Fund. It is the sovereign wealth fund of Government of India, having, we can say that the stake, government is having stake of 49% and the 51% is stake by private entities, okay, private institutions. Now for this particular fund, this fund is established with initial corpus of $600 million. That is true. National Investment and Infrastructure Fund will contribute 51% of the target and remaining 49% by Japan. Now this is interchange, actually this is 49%, this is 50. Government of India will invest 49% and Japan Bank will be investing 51%. So factually it is incorrect. So first and third statement are correct. Two statements are correct here. So that's why answer is B here. Answer is B. Fine. Okay, let's talk about next question. All right, this particular project, North Koel project. North Koel River is tributary of Son River, and this project is located in Palamu district of Jharkhand. And yes, the command area of this particular reservoir will lie in the state of Bihar and Jharkhand. Now, yes, because of this particular reservoir, which particular tiger reserve is under threat? Valmiki Tiger Reserve is located in Bihar. So one can easily eliminate that when we know that North Koel Reservoir is located in. So which tiger reserve? Palamu Tiger Reserve in Jharkhand. Okay, Palamu Tiger Reserve in Jharkhand will be affected because of this project. So this is incorrect. First one and third one are correct. Again, B is the correct answer. Okay, Son River, and Son River in turn is the tributary of river Ganga. Okay. All right. Now quantum dots, yes, it was in news. Nobel Prize in chemistry, right? So that's why it is in news. Quantum dots are basically the nanocrystals. They are dependent on, we can say that, the color of the quantum. Now yes, this is a kind of revolutionary technology that has been developed, and the quantum dots, especially in displays, LED displays, OLED displays of televisions. So these displays will have unique coloration, and these particles will be illuminated independently without any supply of direct current, we can say that, electricity. And yes, depending on the size, not charge, depending on the size of, we can say that, particular particle or crystal, the color that is emitted by these crystals is decided, not the charge. So this is incorrect. Quantum dots are used in television displays for purer color production and longer life. This is true, second statement. So it has a lot of, we can say, applications in semiconductor, or we can say that different kinds of displays, including, we can say, signboards. They can be illuminated, so in presence of light. Okay, so B is the correct answer for this one, quantum dots. Fine. Okay, what should be the answer to this one? Kessler syndrome, many times in news in the context of space debris. Now what this syndrome, or it talks about, Kessler syndrome is related to, let's say, a point in the future that may come, that the amount of space debris that is created in the space may result into further fast increase in the space debris. यानी कि क्या है कि एक लेवल ऐसा आएगा कि जितना स्पेस डेब्रिस बना हुआ है उसकी वजह से और ज्यादा स्पेस डेब्रिस बहुत कम टाइम में बढ़ेगा, ठीक है, यानी कि खुद एक स्पेस डेब्रिस जो है दूसरे जो स्पेस ऑब्जेक्ट्स को डिस्ट्रॉय करता हुआ जाएगा, ठीक है, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज केसलर सिंड्रोम. We have not yet reached to that point, but yes, in future let's say there are chances कि ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है, स्पेस डेब्रिस से रिलेटेड है, केस सिंड्रोम, केसलर सिंड्रोम. फाइन, ऑल राइट. Now this particular energy summit, okay, so critical minerals and clean energy summit 2023 was organized by International Energy Agency, not Atomic Energy Agency. It is a Paris based institution, IEA, and it is having at present 33 such member countries and 11 observer associate countries, we can say, and we are among these observer or associate countries. India is associate countries. Why? Because to become the member, permanent member of IEA, the country should be member of OECD, Organization of Economic Cooperation Development. ठीक है, तो OECD का मेंबर होना चाहिए. इंडिया इज नॉट मेंबर ऑफ OECD, सो दैट्स व्हाई यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट दिस. यस, इंटरनेशनल एनर्जी एजेंसी, नॉट एटॉमिक. वन कैन इजीली एलिमिनेट आल्सो, क्योंकि सारे मिनरल्स, क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स, एटॉमिक मिनरल्स तो है नहीं, तो यू कैन एलिमिनेट दैट. Yes, lithium, cobalt and nickel have been recognized as critical minerals in this summit by IEA. So we are aware about that. Yes, nickel, cobalt and lithium are the critical minerals. ठीक है, so again two statements are correct. B is the correct answer about this. Fine. Now what about this particular festival, local festival, religious pilgrimage in honor of tribal deity Samakka Sarakka is known as Madan Jatra. Yes, one of the largest gathering of the people on the earth, this particular Madan Jatra in Telangana. Yes, and unique festival, and the rituals are related to this are performed by Koya tribe. This is true. Then recently the university is being set up there in that region. Samakka Sarakka Central Tribal University will be established in Telangana, not Andhra Pradesh. ठीक है, Telangana. So we can say that first and second statement are correct. Again, B is the correct answer here. Yes, Anant, you are there. You're not answering the questions. Okay, fine. So B is the correct answer for this one. What about this dynamic injection? As the name is completely, or the term is completely, different. Injection, जो कुछ आप लग सकता है कि कुछ इंजेक्ट कर रहे हैं कोई केमिकल या समथिंग लाइक दैट, but it is completely different. Here it is basically a court order that is designed to prevent future infringement of intellectual property rights. Largely this relates to online copyright infringements that happen because of copying and pasting the content from one source to other source. ठीक है, जो plagiarism and all these things we talk about. So the court order is in this such kind of cases is called as a dynamic injection. So these statements are correct. It works by blocking access to the infringing content regardless of where it is hosted. So basically the internet service provider has to block that content, such kind of, we can say, infringement whenever it is happening. So all these statements are correct regarding that infringement. Okay, C is the correct answer here, right? Let's talk about the 9th question, and it is talking about Autonomous Hill Development Council, because Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council elections happened recently. About this Autonomous Hill Development Council, yes, it is non-constitutional likha hua, it is constitutional body, we are aware about that, and they are established under 6th schedule of Indian Constitution, right? So its members are nominated नहीं है ना, अभी elections हुए तो वो तो logic use कर सकते हैं हम, elected होता है. So we can say this is incorrect, and only one statement is correct here. A is the correct answer, right? All right. What about this? Yes, Glacial Lake outburst flood happened in Sikkim. Okay, so This is also important for mains examination. You should know glacial lakes are formed due to obstruction formed by different moraines. Okay, moraines are basically the depositional features in the glacial region, and these moraines are basically are deposited in front of the glaciers, and these moraines are blocking the water that is melted from these glaciers, and they are glacial lakes are formed. Now when these moraines are not able to control that much amount of water, then there is bursting of these lakes happens there, and huge amount of water that is stored by blocking these let's say blocked by these moraines, that is flowing downstream feeding the rivers, and therefore huge amount of water and sediments flowing through the riverbed, that leads to loss of life and property along the riverbeds. So here in this case, Tista river in its downstream, all this let's say mud and water that flowed into the Tista river, and that's why the flash floods are happening along the basin of this particular river. So both statements are correct here. Lonak Lake, you should know, the glacial lake outburst flood. When there is question, if there is question in disaster management GS3 part, and if suppose nowadays they are asking mention recent 2 instances, जैसे डैम फेलियर के 2 instances उन्होंने बोला था अभी, तो ग्लेशियल लेक आउटबर्स्ट फ्लड का एग्जांपल ये आपने इमीडिएटली लिखने आना चाहिए आपको कि पिछले 1 साल में कहाँ हुआ है, तो ये एक इंस्टेंस आप बता सकते हैं. The previous instance in 2021, we are aware in Uttarakhand that glacial lake burst had happened, and because of that Tapovan Dam hydroelectricity project that was going on, flash floods happened at that time. ऐसे आपको याद रखना है उसमें, ठीक है. So C is the correct answer in this question. Fine. Okay, these are today's 10 MCQs. I hope that you are finding these helpful. Again, I'm repeating. So on 19th of let's say October, we are starting with the GS geography module of the foundation batch. If you want to join the module also, there is separate facility to join the module, or if you want to join the complete foundation batch, you can join that also. Fine. Okay, thank you.